Hi guys, Merry Christmas and welcome to another video during this Christmas season. So this is, let's say, Vlogmas 3 or 4. As I said, I've not been very good with this Vlogmas, but today I am in the spirit, so let's get to it. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you 10 reasons why I love to live in Germany. I've been living in Germany for close to 1 year now. By the end of this month, I will have already clocked 1 year in, and let's say it has been quite an experience, and I just want to share with you some of the reasons why I really appreciate the fact that I have come, and like to hear from you guys your own experience or what you think about it. This is based on my own personal experience, and I know that people have totally different experiences when going to different countries. And yes, so number one is that I've met some really good people. I've met some really good Germans, and growing up it was actually said that Germans are racists, and like this was like one of the last countries that I ever thought of coming to. But truth be told, living here, I have not quite experienced racism. I have not felt like I've been treated differently just because of my skin color. Like there's one time I met a lady. I got to the train in Berlin. There was a black lady, I think from Zambia or something like that, and there was nobody sitting around her. So I saw that there was a space like opposite her, and I went and sat there and just said hi and continued minding my business. Then when somebody else wanted to sit there at the next stop, she was like, don't even bother to move, like nobody will sit next to you. And I was like, in my heart, why? People sit next to me all the time in the train. I've never experienced like somebody standing up just because I am black and went to sit beside them, and she says nobody sits next to her, like, and she's so used to it and she doesn't even care. And I was like, is it some kind of vibe that she's putting out there or something like that? But I just found that strange. I go to sit next to people all the time in the train, and they move for me, or if there is a seat next to me, people sit and or ask politely if they can sit. And for me, that is just it's nice. You feel like a part of the community. I also work in a place where I interact with so many Germans, and I've never also found anyone treating me differently. Like, I'm a receptionist, and I've never felt like somebody going to my colleague and preferring not to come to me just because they think that a black person cannot serve them. So I think that's just the point that I'm trying to drive home. I've met people that are very respectful. They respect me, I respect them, and one reason why I love to live here and also I love to work here, because I have not felt discriminated because of my color. I went over and above or far and beyond to explain that point, but yes, that's my experience, number one. Number two, I find that there are just so many opportunities for people to work or to build themselves. There are so many people that come to this country maybe with just a high school certificate or whatever, but there are opportunities to bridge the gap and to do like an apprenticeship and get into the workforce and become a professional, which is just quite an interesting thing, and something that is definitely maybe not available to everyone in other countries. And or education or opportunities for advancement may be there, but once you finish your education, you find that job opportunities are not easy to come by. But here, once you are trained in a certain field, then the chances that you are going to be unemployed after finishing your course are very low. Like, there is a very low rate of unemployment in Germany. Number three is also that Germany is a really good place to raise a family, to have children, because from what I've experienced, from what I've seen, is that children feel really safe around here. Children don't get picked up from their doors by bus to be taken to school here. Some of them are walked to school by their parents or relatives, and some of them walk themselves to school. Very safe. Not like it's very, I've never even come across like a news like, or children were attacked when they were going to school, or they were feeling unsafe or something like that. Children even have to commute and go maybe to the next city or maybe to the next town to school on their own, and they are always quite safe. There are a lot of places for families to hang out, and also there is a lot of support from the government towards parents who have children. Like if you have children, like you find that you are taxed less, especially if you are raising the children alone. And also for all the children living in Germany with parents that are registered as residents in Germany, then there is something called Kindergeld, or money for children, that is more than 20,000 Kenya shillings per child that comes in every month to just support the parents in raising the children. Like if that was happening in Kenya, it would I don't know, it would have been such a good thing. And then point number 4 is definitely safety. Germany, like living here, I have never felt like my safety has been compromised, especially for the fact that I work on shifts, and many a times I have to go to work really early, like be at work by 6 a.m., which means I leave home at 4:30, or sometimes I come back home past 11 p.m. in the night. And also there's a distance that I have to walk from the train station to the house, and not once have I felt like somebody is coming after me trying to take away my bag or my phone, or just threatening me. It's always safe to walk, whether you are on your or like by yourself, or you are in company of other people. It's just always safe. Like it's very rare that you will hear that somebody broke into somebody else's house or something like that. And like I remember during the summertime, our balcony door was always open, and for me, I used to find that really weird, that you go to bed at night and the balcony door is open so that the cat can freely move in and out. Can you imagine in some other countries, people will go far and beyond to jump into the balcony because we are on the ground level, and get into your house and pick whatever they can. There was a wave of insecurity just like last month in Kenya, so bad, so that people were being killed, mugged along the way, like phones being snatched, like people breaking into your house, eating your food, stealing whatever they can. And it was just really sad. And to think that something like that in many areas in Germany, at least where I live, it's totally unheard of. It's one of the things that I appreciate, having the opportunity to live here. And then point number 6 would be that there is free or low cost of education. So children, like in primary school and also in high school, go to school for free, and there is just little that they have to pay, maybe for books or maybe for lunch or whatever, but basically education is free. So every child has an opportunity to a good, like highly recognized, like high quality education for free, which is just something really good, because education can be very strenuous to many parents, like leading to many children not getting exposed to the right kinds of opportunities. Why? Because their parents cannot afford the fees. And it's even up to the university level that many tertiary institutions offer free education, and those that have to charge fees, that maybe only term fees, that is usually maybe around 250 euros per term, which is still very low. So that is also something really good. And I'm just thinking that next year I might consider maybe doing a master or just something to advance my education and take advantage of the free education. Number 7, that should be, is that kids are encouraged to learn a new language. Like all the kids in Germany are at least bilingual, and some of them are multilingual. Like in the education system today, it's compulsory for children to learn English, so they grow up being able to speak English and to speak German, which is it's very good for their career opportunities, even if they want to maybe advance their studies abroad or even get opportunities to work abroad. Then they already have the ability to speak different languages, and even apart from English, they can also study maybe Italian or French or Latin or all that stuff, which I find to be very cool. And yeah, the other point is that which should be point number 8 is that there is a very good healthcare system in Germany. Yes, and everybody in Germany living legally, residing in Germany, then you have to have health insurance. And yes, if you are working, you really find that you're paying a lot towards health insurance, but the quality of health care that you receive when you go to the hospital is just really high. For the few times that I've had to go to the hospital for any complaint, the doctors go all the way to check or to rule out any root cause of your pain until they find that you are totally okay. So the chances that something may be growing and it's totally missed until it blows out and becomes something very serious or very major are very low. And I find that maybe it's one of the reasons why Germany has an aging population. Like, there are so many old people in Germany. People live into their 80s, into their 90s in Germany because of maybe they get good healthcare. I don't know, maybe that is one of the reasons, but it's just something to really appreciate, that if you're suffering from any kind of disease, or if you have any ailment, any pain, then you are sure to get really quality healthcare, and yeah, you won't have to spend much on it because you're already insured or covered by insurance. And then point number 9, which is last but not least, is that Germany has some really great places to visit. There are so many places that people can go out, drive out of town, and places that are accessible by car. There are so many forests, there are so many mountains, there are just so many things that people can go out there and enjoy. And also the fact that Germany is so close to many other countries like Netherlands, like whatever, that you can fly or you can even drive to another country and experience a totally different culture or just whatever. And also the fact that compared to other countries, like Germany being in Europe, is not very far. If you want to travel to Africa, people travel to Africa maybe even twice a year or once a year, and they don't have to dig so much deep into their pockets to be able to travel home. And then the last point is that I find that Germany has just a lot of possibilities for foreigners to integrate. When people come into this country, then there are a lot of opportunities for them to learn the language. There is a lot of support to learn the language. There is a lot of support from the government, from the social services, maybe to find accommodation, to find whatever it is that they need to settle. And people might come for maybe different reasons. Like, people can come for school, and there is like a chance that after school then you're given also an opportunity to become a part of the society, find a job, and eventually even become a permanent resident and stuff like that. Even those who come maybe because of marriage and all that, they still have the chance to learn the language and become totally independent. So yeah, there are so many ways for people to settle in this country that one just has to find out and explore. So those are the many reasons why I really appreciate having the opportunity to live in Germany, and having no regret that I did not get the opportunity maybe to go to Canada, or that I did not remain in Qatar, or that I was not stuck in Kenya. I am so grateful for this 1 year, has provided me with so much to appreciate. And yes, I would love to hear your comments down below of what you think of this whole entire video. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you on another video. Bye.